All right, hey everybody, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is Saturday, January 17th. Hopefully my audio isn't too hot. I know last time my audio was a little hot, so I got the mic back a little bit this time. Hopefully it's better. If not, let me know in the chat. Let me see here. Let me make sure it's turned on. All right, let me go to the chat. Here we go. All right. Hey, again, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. What I am doing here is my weekend review. Pretty much usually every weekend on Saturdays, I'll go through all my watch lists, go through my picks, pretty much pick out the winners, pick out the losers, find setups, post those, and pretty much get the week planned for this coming week. And of course, with that, I evaluate this past week. So I'll just proceed ahead right now. I think I was expecting a couple people. But we'll see. I suppose when they get here, they'll chime in and I'll hear about it. So, and yeah, so why don't we do that? If you haven't checked it out already, come on over to topflighttrades.com. We have all the stuff posted there, all the premium picks right now. You can go over there, register, and get access to the premium picks. And the site's growing right now as well. Here for the next few weeks, we're going to be adding a lot of more features and content and things to make the site even better. So check it out, and I definitely appreciate your feedback if you have any suggestions on how the site can be made better and improved. All right, so let's go ahead and shoot on over, and we'll take a look at some charts. That's what we're here to do, right? All right, let's do that. Let's see here. Where's my window? I think it's this one. All right. Okay, first thing we're going to do here, take a look at the S&P 500. So definitely Friday we had a much better day. This wasn't looking too good. I wasn't really liking the side of this. I went over this earlier this week in another video, but we're just kind of all over the place right now, and we're certainly not making new highs. As this thing was coming down again, I was worried we're going to, cross underneath this support line here. We came close, but Friday was a really good day. So hopefully it's a turnaround again. Next week's going to tell us a lot. If we have a bad week, a red week, a down week, we're most likely going to come down and hopefully hold support off the 200-day moving average here, which is in purple. Let me zoom in a bit. I don't want to see that, because then we will certainly create lower lows. I don't want to see that right now. At least we have higher lows. But if you look back here in the last week or two, we do have lower lows already. So, yeah, we'll see. NASDAQ. This one. Sorry here. All right. NASDAQ essentially is looking quite the same. You can see in NASDAQ here was holding the 100-day. But now we are above it. We closed above the 100-day. So hopefully we hold the 100-day moving average there as well. Yeah, so, and then here's the Dow. So, yeah, last week was a little brutal on some stocks. Some other stocks did really well. We had a couple of our premium picks did really awesome this last week, and they didn't let the markets dictate how they were going to perform. And we'll take a quick look at those. So why don't we do that right now? The first one that comes to mind, TASR. This made the list last week. It might have been last Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday or so. And this was the trading plan that I put together. I was asked to put together some trading plans for kind of, I'm not going to say trading plans for you to use and execute, but these are the trading plans that I play. These are, and if that helps you, awesome, because I'm not here to advise you on whether to buy or sell or do anything. But this is how I set up. And what I done here was pretty much I put my entry above an area here, and I wanted the stock to either cross above it strong or close above it. Usually close above it. And we'll see some other examples here of some setups that failed, that didn't meet that, and it was a good call, fortunately. And you can see why it's good to have a stock close up above an entry target area. Anyways, on Friday, boy, this thing just took off 10.9%. So right off the bat, in one day, we hit our first target. And our first target was just under 36.99, I believe. Yeah, I don't have it up here. Second target is up here just under 40, like 39 and some higher change, 39.75, probably somewhere in there. But certainly expecting it to come up and touch this resistance line here, this upper channel line here. Now, if it comes up really quick and touches it, it's probably not going to hit my target, because I was expecting it actually to probably take a few days before it gets up and maybe hit it in this area. But if it have another good day tomorrow or Monday, I don't think that this upper channel will really get in the way. But anyways, that one's looking awesome. Next one we have is IDXX. This made back on the list on the 13th, I believe. Anyways, we're looking good here. We made our entry, and boy, we almost hit our first target here on Friday, but it came back down. So as you can see here, we are green on this one. Earnings is coming up. So I have my stop down here at 46.97, just under 47. So that's that. That is looking good. A lot of stocks to go through today, and I'm gonna go quick, I promise you. Last week I had Ryder here in the video. We had an awesome time. We did the video. It took 2 hours. It was an awesome time though. So I know that's a long time, but I'm gonna just shoot through a lot of these today. If Ryder shows up, which I hope he does, well then it'll be a party. So let me see if anybody's here. If Ryder's here, no. Okay. All right. So here's ACT. We did hit the entry trigger here, and it pulled back, and now we are heading back upward here, so that's good. So that one's still in play. SNCR. Okay. Same with this one. Fortunately for Friday, it put us in the green on this one. And all these stocks, the entries, the targets, and all that can be found in our premium picks list at topflighttrades.com. So SNCR, then we have AKRX. I can't type today. AKRX. Okay, so this one, we hit both our first and second targets on this one. Our first target was, let me zoom in a bit here. In this drawing I have here, I only put in the second target, but the first target was right up this line here. And we hit that pretty quick. And in fact, you could say that that day we hit both of them out. So, and we are clearly above it right now. So depending on what your strategy is, what I like to do is if a stock's strong, I'm not going to sell all of it. I might sell half of it. Just pretty much depends on stock to stock and what the setup is. So if I hit my target and I know the stock is strong, has a lot of momentum, volume, energy, you name it, I might sell part of my position to protect some of my profits, but then I'll leave some out there to let it run, you know, and then I might put in trailing stops and just let it go. You know, maybe I'll check on it in 6 months. It's up 50%, you know, but anyways, that's AKRX. So that met both of its targets. Next one is AMGN. Okay, AMGN. This closed just above, where'd we go here? Okay, now you can see. Why is the chart not doing that? Hey, my drawing's all over the place. This closed, stupid thing. Okay, this closed a penny above my entry target where I wanted it to close. So technically, this is triggered. But the other thing I noticed too, if we had played this, it would have stopped out, but it's still in play here. So we are this, so as of Friday's close, it was like 2 cents above my entry. So that's good. Next one, UTHR. Zoom out. Let me adjust the scale here. What's going on? Okay. So here's UTHR. So we got into this. Let's hit the list back on the 7th. That's right. So, and again, you can see here, this is where I want to close above. We finally got that. And we're moving. So we already hit through the first target. Second target is all the way up under 150. So I have it set at 149 and change. I don't see exactly 149.17. That's what I'm looking for there. So let me zoom out and you can see a little bit better. So far, so good. One thing this could do is come up here. Well, depending obviously on next week, this could turn right around and come back down to support. Take next week to come back down to support. And then we'd be looking to bounce off it again. Or this could just continuously run straight on up. So we're looking good there. The other one I almost forgot about is Guild. Here's Guild. This is still in play. We are in this one. So it's made the premium picks list back right at the end of the year. Would have been I don't have the spreadsheet up or the website up, but you can see because I put the trading plan up the day after. So anyways, that one's in play. Hey, and the other interesting one, this was a killer. PCYC. Okay. Here's what my setup, and it didn't make our entry target yet. And it was just kind of going along, and it kind of was kind of found some support along here, and then it gapped up all the way up over 10. It was 10.5% that day, I think. And I was asked, did you get in that one? And unfortunately, no, because it opened up and shot right over. I never had a chance. I mean, yeah, clearly it met all the targets, but no, I didn't have the opportunity. When I woke up in the morning pre-market, it was all the way up. It was way up high. It had pulled back, but yeah. So that's kind of like having a tight stop and having it gap down and jumping over your order. This was the opposite, you know. I wasn't expecting a huge gap up like that. That's awesome, but yeah, I missed it. Certainly looks good that that we were able to put it on the picks list just a few days before I did that. But no, I did not get a chance to play that. Okay, so looking at this thing here now, though, look, we are now holding above that resistance. It's now support, and that was our initial target. So at least up to that line, I always pull a little shy. Yeah, we'll see if it holds this. Again, we'll see what next week brings. But yeah, what an awesome play there. Okay, so right now I'm going to go through. I was scanning my list again today, and I found a bunch of nice setups that I like here. I'm going to go through them very quickly. I will list these out on the website tomorrow. By the end of the weekend, I'll have the watch list updated. And I'm also going to be highlighting more of these in the setups that they hold. Because I have my setups. I know what I like to see, but what I want to do is kind of show you what I like to see, what I see, and what the setups are. And so a lot of these stocks, you know, you look at them and they really kind of have multiple setups, you know. I'll get into that later, but anyways, I will talk about these in more detail and kind of show you why I like them. Really quick here, one thing I forgot about. Let me jump back to the premium picks list. There's another one here that's still lingering around that has not, the setup hasn't failed and we haven't hit it yet, was Jazz. So it's kind of still floating around in here and never hit. It has not closed above my entry target. So it's still here in play. It didn't break down here to really kind of ruin the setup. So we're still chugging away. We'll see what next week brings for Jazz. But if you look in the premium picks list, you'll see that. Now let's look at the premium picks that we would have triggered an entry but have stopped out. Because certainly we had some failures. Okay, so here's Roper Industries. Where are we here? We didn't end this one. This didn't meet our entry. Anyways, but it obviously failed. It broke through our support there. And that kills the play. That kills the setup. Okay, so doesn't mean, like I said in my last video, doesn't mean this company's bad. We'll reevaluate it later. So anyways, these are the ones that I posted on the premium picks list that I've scratched off. Okay, they're no longer in play. Next, HAR. This one, we would have made entry. It obviously did close in that area, but pulled right back down, and then we stopped out on it. So that one. And then we have Baidu. Same thing here. Made the list back on this day. We set it up above that candle here. Let me zoom in a bit. Anyways, we did clear it, and you can see here, you can see this, well, this trend line. You look back at it now, it's not a very strong trend line. I probably drew that on the weekly anyways, but that's what that blue line is. Yeah. That's what that blue line is. So, okay. Anyways, those are the three. And then there's a couple others here that also just straight up didn't meet our entry. And this is why we have that. So that's awesome. So we didn't waste any time, money, effort on these. So MDXG, FFIV. So, all right. So let's take a look at some. All right. Now again, my watch list really of the top companies consists of 200 stocks, give or take. Some are off the list, even though that they meet the criteria. I just don't like them. I don't watch them. That's why they're off the watch list. And then there are a few others that are companies that are improving. They don't meet the fundamental criteria that I seek, but I keep an eye on them, and that's why they're on the watch list. So it's probably about 200, and I go through my list here and I look for the setups that I love to see. So of course, this is kind of what we're going through here. I went through a lot. I have quite a few stocks here, but we'll go through them quick, and I'll show you what I like about them. Okay, so this is Boise Cascade. What this is, obviously, we've come up to 38 or so, bounced off it a couple of times, came back down here to the 50-day moving average. We went up and cleared it. We'll see what this does next week. Either this obviously continue, or it'll probably come down to support here is what I'm thinking. But we are above the 13-day moving average on this one. And I like these kind of breakouts. I like it when they break into new areas, new highs. Okay, so I'm keeping an eye on this one. Again, after Friday, it was a pretty weak here. It might turn around, come down next week. Certainly the markets will tell us what's going to happen, and obviously we'll see. But this could come back down here to support, or even could come back down here to the 50-day, and then I'd be looking for it to go. But just my quick eyes, I like that. We have BITA. Okay, so a lot of people play real bottom plays. Now you're not looking at this like calling it a bottom play, but a bottom channel play. Okay. And what I like about this is you can see we've come down to this area previously, and we have the 200-day right there. Okay, we did break through it. Sorry, let me zoom in a little bit here. We did break through it, but we closed above it. Okay, so that's a good strong support area right there. So if BITA is a strong company, it's A-rated with MarketSmith, IBD, like we've seen, I'd like to see us bounce off 63 and obviously head up to 94. That would be a wonderful play. So keep an eye on this one. Again, what I like here is the 200-day, and of course the bottom of that horizontal channel there. So that's BITA. Now we're going to get to the crazy one. ADXS. Holy moly, look at this. Okay, this one actually is a rated B. This one just got my attention just here in the last few weeks, as you can see why. This thing has just been going. Broken the new highs back here. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that, but we kind of broken the new highs here, came back, touched support, went, kind of created this sideways, this flag action here, took off again, and that's where we're at. I think I've seen this a few times along the way, and I remember I've made a few comments like, man, is this thing ever going to pull back? And I know I've seen some other traders obviously shorting this one. They obviously haven't done well. So yeah, what an outfit, what a company here. Let me look at the weekly real quick here, and yeah, look at that. Jeez. Yeah, so that one's fun to watch. And again, we're in the new highs right now. As you can see, we broke. Sorry about that. Okay, here we are. So we closed into new highs here. So if you like cheaper stocks, this one is rated a B, and it's currently at 1351. And if you like to play these, I'd put a tight stop. But when you have a tight stop, you're still going to lose a lot of percentage because of its price. I mean, you go down and put a stop down here at $11. I mean, okay, so ADSX, and then we have EPAM. Back up. Okay, so let me straighten this out. Okay, so EPAM. Sorry, folks, this computer. Okay, so EPAM, we kind of have this really long, really big ascending triangle. I love those. Okay, we've come up. This is the weekly now. We've come up and hit resistance here 2 times previously, going back to top of 2014, and then we finally broke through it. Shifting back to the day. Okay, so here we are. So we finally got up above it, and we went up to about 52.89, and then it's pulled back. And like I said, oftentimes these will pull back, and I have no problem with that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And then we ended Friday with a good day. So let's see if next week is strong. We can get our balance and then take off above this, out of this area here. So keeping an eye on that one. And then I'll be going through these even more. And a lot of these, not a lot of these stocks will probably make the premium picks list as soon as I find that the movement and volume and everything's right. And I put some plans together. I will be sharing those. Next, we have UVE. Okay, this is just one that's breaking into new highs. So we traded sideways here for a while. Finally broke up out of that. Here we are. Came up to 21.14. It's kind of going sideways again. Want to see new ground. Watch it break higher. It did. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we are. So this couple days prior, we had a candle. It closed up. Let me see here. Closed at 21.24. Wait a minute. 21.24. Oh, yeah. The high was 21.80. We're currently at 21.76. So if you're to play this, I would definitely love to see it get above that previous high of 21.80. But no, that's looking good. I like these kind of setups. New highs. I mean, it's awesome. Looking at Skyworks. Again, it's come up, hit resistance here. It's bouncing around. It's not really much of an ascending triangle very much, but it's, these patterns they're knocking on the door. They want to break through. So, and sometimes when they do, they can be very explosive. So again, Friday is showing some good strength there. It's going to come up. Hopefully next week is strong, and we'll probably pierce through this and get up into the 80s, hopefully. So again, these are the setups I like. We talked about PCYC already. Anyways, we're up above resistance there, probably heading higher. EA, oh, that's not it. EA Sports. EA Sports, same thing. Finding new highs. So I like this. Definitely see if we can break up in the new ground. ODP, Office Depot. Okay. What I liked about this one is just we got these runs and this pullback, this flag, and I just really like the look of this. We got the 50-day moving up here, so obviously we'll see what this does, but I think we're ready for another leg up. So just look like a good, nice chart. So keeping an eye on that one. ZTS. You can see. Looking to climb up to newer highs here at 45. I'm sorry. My line there is at 45.04, but the high previously did get up to 45.24. So it's kind of one of these ascending triangle patterns I like. Next, we have CMPR. That's not it. CMPR. Simpress. Okay. Back here in November. Hit resistance, broke up in the new highs here. Then we pulled back. We pulled back again, but we've got the 50-day here. So we'll see what this does. See if this takes off, finds new highs. Again, this is my watch list. HSP. Spira. Okay. Again, you can see it's ready to make new highs. Pretty simple, straightforward. This company is rated an A from MarketSmith. Next, we have MDVN. MDVN. Okay, so I've played MDVN. I got stopped out of it back. Where was it? No, it was back in here. I think it wasn't that run. I don't know. It might have been this right here. Anyways, let me zoom out a bit. And you can see this lower support line here. We obviously came back down, hit it, and now in the last couple weeks here, we're holding it. And we have the 100-day moving average right underneath it. And of course, this green line here is the 13-day. And that's one I like to keep an eye on. We are above it. So let's see how we do here. We are holding it. Let's see. It would be good to see it get above 109. And then the next area, I'd like to see it get above. Well, certainly up 116, but that's a lot of room to play in here too. So this could be nice. You set a tighter stop. Could be a good play. MDVN. Okay, so next. SWFT, Swift Transportation. Same kind of thing here. I just noticed, actually, let me look at this here. Let me look at the weekly. Okay, I was trying to figure out where that support line came from because you don't really see it here on the daily. It's like, where did I get that? But looking back here on the weekly, okay, so here you can see 2670, 26. So we've come up and hit this area twice, pulled back, then got this nice run. This is on the weekly, right on back up through. So that's a pretty nice run there from 20 up to 28. Okay, so now we're just pulling back. Again, when we break in those new high areas, resistance becomes support. We usually like to come back and touch it and then move on. So that's what I'm hoping to see. That's the weekly. So here's the daily. The daily here, this doesn't look very clean. Looks kind of weak, but we'll see. So again, we'll keep an eye on it. If this thing turns around, I would love to see it get above the 13-day moving average, get above the 50-day, find new highs. So if I were to make a plan for this right now, I might put an entry down here. To be really safe, I'd put an entry up above into new high ground. But I don't have a plan for that yet anyway. So AVGO. Okay. You can just see the pattern here, I guess. 105, come up and hit that. And looks like we, based on the support line here, hopefully we find some support there and punch on through. HDB, okay, this one's already moving. Pretty much just showing you that it is moving. I guess I kind of, yeah, we're in a new high ground there, so we'll see what this does. I'm not very familiar with this company. It is HDFC Bank. It's rated an A+, Market Smith. So that's that. How's everybody doing here? Let me see if we have anybody around. No. All right. All right. Very well. I'm going to continue. So next we have RDWR. What do we have here? Okay. So this has been, let me zoom out. This has been on the list here a few times. Obviously I can tell by my drawings as well. What the heck, man? This computer. Don't tell me it froze. If I was using a Microsoft laptop right now, my computer would be on fire probably, but this is an Apple, by the way. I'm new to Apple. Apparently it's, why is that open? All right. Okay. I'll give this a second to think. Anyways, we kind of had this, channel here. Anyways, we finally broke through it. But now we are up. Let me get back to where I was here. Anyways, we're in the new grounds here. New ground. So that's what I like to see. We'll see what it does. Probably come up, maybe pull back to it and go. Or it could just take off. This is RDWR. RDWR is an A+. It's a strong company here. Earnings is coming up real soon. 23 cents is the estimate. It's going back. Last estimate was 16 and they beat it for 20 cents, 25% surprise there. So that'd be good. Looks like we got a lot of good green volume through here. Yeah, worth a watch. Okay, next we have, I do not like this company, but I'm not going to hide it from you because I don't like the company. Monster. All right, so you can see here, back in this area here, we broke into new ground, kind of pulled back. Now we're heading out again. So that's what I see. TJX. TJX. All right. So what we have here, obviously we have some resistance up here, about 69, 68 and change or so. But we've pulled back here to the 50, and at this point here, Thursday's red candle is what's allowed me to, create this channel here, or the lower support line here. But definitely like to see it hold that and get back up here to the 69 area, and certainly go on through. So I'm watching this one as well. TJX is that's a rated an A. TTSH, Cognizant Technologies. Okay, well, you can see again, we're knocking on the door here, and we're just piercing through. We closed above the line there at say 55. Yeah, 54, whatever it is, 54 and change. Okay, call it 55, but we did close above it, just above it. So we'll see what Monday brings. Could have a strong day, strong week, and just bust out of here, or it could go up, pull back, take off. But we did close above that line, and that's what I like to see. FTNT. Okay. Same kind of thing. I think you guys see what I see by now, I hope. Anyways, we went up, found this new area here, pulled back. We still seem to be holding the 13-day. All right, getting kind of squiggly through here. But anyways, I would definitely like it to see it continue and break out above 31 strong. FTNT. Okay. EXR. Wait a minute. Oh, that's EX. Okay, EXR. Okay. Boy, this one I'm saving for the textbook. Okay, so this is, man, where was I 3 weeks ago? I searched some files here. I didn't see this stock. I don't know why I missed this. But this is what I want. This is what I love. Okay, so a lot of these setups I'm kind of showing you here, we're looking kind of early on some of them. You know, like right now they're coming back to this support line here. Well, this is what I want to see. Okay, at least break out into new highs and just let it run. I mean, look at this, awesome. And again, this is kind of like that. You know, the resistance up here, and then of course the nice supporting trend line down here. Kind of get that ascending triangle. People call it a flag, ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it. This is just, that's the pattern. I just love it. And again, you know, to trade and make money, and you know, you don't have to know 50 different setups. You know, again, a lot of people have just a few. You don't need that many. You know, people think it has to be difficult and complex, and you have to be this, you know, technical analysis wizard and guru and know every candle, every setup. You don't. You really don't. You know, I just like to stick with a couple few that I know, recognize, and certainly a lot of these jump out at me. And you know, sometimes they fail. Obviously, every setup has failures. But the key is to study them and to figure out when you see those cues and clues when they're going to fail, and you protect your capital, prevent any losses, not any losses, but minimize your losses and let the winners run. You know, so this right here, awesome. This is just like every other pattern we've looked at today already. And, you know, I don't know where I was when this happened. That's the funny thing. So just beautiful. Yeah. So definitely keep an eye on EXR. It's an A+, looking strong. So broke out of 60, up to 66 already. Good 10%. Love it. Okay. Let's go find some more of these. WFM. Wait a minute. What am I looking at here? Okay. Let me see here. All right. Well, I guess it was the gap up and run. It was a gap down over here. Anyways, we're holding 13-day moving average up. So keep an eye on this company. So again, this is my watch list. Just see what we got there. That's what I see. Okay. And you have, you know, it's been creeping up, getting into new highs here, but it's heading upward. I like it. Let me back out a bit here. You can see what we have as far as kind of resistance, kind of looking back to that area there at 51. It's kind of about where we're at right now. So definitely let's see it get above 51. And you could say up here at 55. Yeah. So anyways, WFM. Next is CTAS Synthesis. Okay, so this one, I kind of like this chart here. Okay, so it gapped up. Sorry, let me zoom in. Gapped up here to this area, kind of held here at 80. And it kind of pulled back, and then we kind of get this nice little rounded bottom here. It's come down to this area here at 75 or so. See, these wicks came back and hit it and held it. And now we're creeping up, and then Friday we had a good strong day. So I kind of like this pattern here. Might make into a nice cup and handle perhaps, but this box is the gap here. This is what, when I was watching this last week, I thought it came down, and I thought for sure when it's turned here, I thought it was going to come back, touch the 50-day, fill that gap. It hasn't yet. So I'm not the expert when it comes to gaps and filling gaps. You know, stocks do quite a bit, but I don't follow it too closely, but definitely I like to see it. And speaking of this, Melly, this was this was on the premium list here back in December, I believe. I think it was back in this area here. Yeah, December. Now this December 15th or 17th, S&P, came down and then pretty much bounced off it and went, except Melly did not. So here's the 17th. A lot of stocks, 17th, a lot of stocks kind of did the same thing. Melly did not. So that was not good. And then, of course, it failed through this lower support. And then when we got back down here, I don't remember who pointed it out, but we had this this gap. At that point, it was much bigger. I think that this was pulling this down as it went. But anyways, reevaluated it back down here. It's just continuing. So don't ask me the details and the technicals on gap filling and, because, does it go back and meet this area? I don't put in it, but I like to at least try to recognize when that happens. So where were we? Okay, we're right here. So anyways, I just recognize there's a gap here. So and it hasn't been filled at all recently. So we'll see. Again, if next week's bad, this could turn right around and come back down here, fill it, bounce off the 50-day or worse. But anyways, I just kind of like this kind of pattern here on the daily. Next, CDK. Okay, we're going to zoom in. All right. See if this looks a little bit better. Sorry. Okay, so basically, this is what I see. So kind of keep an eye on this one. See, I did throw let's get this. Yeah, this didn't make premium picks list or anything yet. I must have been just messing around. What the heck is this? All right. Sorry, folks. I don't recall. I know I've been keeping an eye on this one, but I don't remember this. That's all right. Anyways, that's what I see. So I'd like to see it get above this area, close above this area. And I think apparently looks like it could probably hit 20%. But we'll see. And stop. At least what I'm seeing here, again, I don't have my note in front of me here. It's 6%. So basically, I'm looking for it to hold the 50-day. Risk-reward ratio is over 3, so that's good. But again, this is still on the watch list. We're keeping an eye on it. Equifax. Okay, I think this is ready to make new highs is all. Okay, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, yeah, pretty much going to be making new highs. So I like those plays. Keep an eye on Equifax. The other one, TASR. I think we have the same thing here. Okay, so kind of went up this resistance area, broke through it, pulled back to it twice already. So actually looks a little weak here. Let's kind of seeing, as you probably are, kind of seeing this thing here going on. Yeah. So now you kind of do that. Now you kind of have this descending pattern. So we'll see. And speaking of a descending, hey, I just remember this. I was talking about the ascending triangle. How about a descending triangle? Okay, now flip it around. If for Apple's red next week, where's it going? It's going to come down to the 200 probably. Be a good short. So works the same. This is why sometimes we had a few setups last week I didn't like because we were kind of forming this. But definitely, I think when we looked at this last week or a week or two ago, this was kind of in this area and it was heading upward, hoping to break out of this channel here. But anyways, it did not. It's come back down. Now we're going to break through support here. We could. I don't know that. But then where? So anyways, just could be a short play. I don't short, so I'll take my advice when it comes to short setups. But again, that's the descending. And that's kind of what I see here. You're not getting higher highs. You're getting lower highs. And so, anyways, okay. So that's TASR. Just a few more here, folks. Hitting on 40 minutes already. Edwards Life Sciences. Yeah, just kind of trading sideways here. Like to see it gain new ground. Looks like it was hitting some resistance here about 134. We had this day, it kind of failed, so that's up to 136 and change. So, but we're holding the 50-day, so keep an eye on that one. ESRT, Empire State. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so look at that run from 14 bucks to 18. It looks more impressive on the chart than $4, but guess what just got my attention was just the nice run. Just held that 13-day moving average. I mean, until now, I guess. Look, it finally closed beneath it. But, maybe it's going to create a nice little flag here and then, boom, take off. So keep an eye on Empire State Realty Trust, ESRT. It's rated A+. A couple others we're kind of looking at. SERV Master. Looks like we're getting ready to break into new ground here. Kind of talked about this sometime earlier this last week. We have CAR. Okay, for those who like to play off support, these ones off the bottom channel. This is one, perhaps. Kind of have all these moving averages coming together here. You got this bottom support line here or so. So we'll see what next week brings. So next stop could be back up in this area, 67, 68. So let's see what it does. Keep an eye on this. Earnings coming up again, of course, on the 18th for 20 cents estimate. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. 20 cents. The previous estimate was $1.79 and they earned $1.91. Previous to that, 68 cents. What the? Must be pretty cyclical. Okay. Anyways, that's what I'm looking at here. Coming back down to the support line. You have the moving averages underneath it to support it. So if next week's strong, should take off and come back up there to that area. So I think that's pretty much what I have here. Let me see if anybody's around because I wanted to get some feedback. Looks like it's just me. All right. Well, this video will be on the website, topflighttrades.com. Let me hop on over to where I was. Okay, so that's that. Okay, there I am. Okay, so that video will be on topflighttrades.com here in a little while. I got to let it upload and process. You can also find it on YouTube, and I will post that out when it comes out there. So that's pretty much it. Hey, the website, like I said, is growing. We're building new features. Hopefully creating more value for you on the site. I want the site to be what you're seeking. I got some excellent feedback from a few of you last week, and some of them are just kind of no-brainers. So I definitely appreciate the feedback, and that's definitely a value to me, and I want to meet your needs there. So and those were just really good suggestions, and I was really surprised that I hadn't even included that yet. But I agree with those, and I'm working to get those. Yeah, so thanks. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your participation and all that. And so for next week, again, we'll keep an eye on these stocks. I will post my premium picks. And what I'm going to do too is when I have my premium picks, I'm going to post them I'm going to continue to provide a detailed trading plan on how I intend to trade it, where I have my entry, stop, targets, that kind of thing. Now, again, when I do that, I was asked to do that, and it's really kind of a big variable as well. It can change every day. The problem is I can't go back and change if I have a bunch of stocks that I'm currently in or others that are active. Sometimes my plans will change just on a whim a little bit. If I'm thinking it's going to hit a 15% target, which I always don't set a lot of targets, but looking at supply and resistance, that's why I support and resistance. That's why I put those in there. And but sometimes it can change. If I feel the market's starting to get weak and I'm at a 10% gain and I'm looking for 15, I might sell at 12. Okay. You just kind of got to be aware. It's real important to stick with your trading plan, but I feel that if you have the need, if there's some bad economic news that's just come out and you want to take your money off the table, that's okay. The biggest thing that I suggest you don't do is lower your stops. If it goes the wrong way, don't change your plan and take more losses. I mean, if anything, tighten them, get out, take your money off the table, just protect your capital. And that's really the biggest thing I think of when it comes to making money in the markets is not to lose money. The rest of this stuff, you pick winning stocks. They're just trending upward and upward. The S&P's been bull for what, 70 months? Just protect your losses and you're going to make money, So yeah, well, continue to learn, and I hope to learn with you, and I hope I can be of value to you. Thanks for visiting the site, topflighttrades.com. If you haven't registered, come over, register for free, get all the premium content, the premium picks, everything else. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And we got football action. All right. Seahawks tomorrow. Go Seattle. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I'll be around. I'll be online. So talk to you guys later. Thank you very much.